Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays Timeguessr. I really appreciate it when you leave your tips and tricks in the comments below. It really helps me become a better player. There's a lot of things I never would have thought to look at, and maybe I have some tips for you, which I sometimes post down in the comments too. Let's get into the game. Okay. Well, we have a new round. Timeguessr's in the image, so it'll be 2024, sometimes 2023, but most likely 2024. Okay, we have some football jerseys here of Arsenal for sure. This looks like an Argentina colours. That's Manchester City. Is that Bayern Munich maybe? I'm not sure on that one. This is a country with stars on it maybe? Maybe Germany. Okay. We have a German number plate here, so we're possibly in Germany, and we have Rhine-Neckar, so it could be near the Rhine. A lake in Germany, or is it, or have they travelled abroad? Nefegra. Is that an O here? John Nefegra? Not sure. So yeah, this could be anywhere. It's not English speaking, obviously that isn't English. It's somewhere in Europe for sure, because I don't see a German driving their car outside of Europe. Could be down here maybe. We have a lake down here. I don't know if there's ferries across it, but this looks like there are ferries across this lake. Don't know what lake that actually is. Quite a large one. It could also be, there's a few other places it could be. Obviously it could be down into Hungary, could be in Austria, could be anywhere in Europe really. Can't recognize the language just off this. The landscape, fairly forested and rocky. Does it look Alps? It's a bit hot to be Alps, but it's obviously could be summer picture, so it doesn't really help. Fairly tall trees though. I really have no idea here. The only thing is this doesn't really seem German. But the car is German. That's the thing. This is Lake Constance, I've discovered. But it could be an Italian lake, it could be a Swiss lake, could be in Hungary, it could be in Slovenia possibly, but just using the German number plate's my only clue here, so I think I'm going to have to go with Lake Constance, as it does seem like we have ferry crossings. So I assume what these lines are. Maybe this one here. We'll go for that. I don't think it's correct at all, but let's go for it. Oh wow, it was up in Norway. I would not have got Norway off that language. That's a terrible start to the game. 5 football plans taking Timeguessr on Norway's smallest ferry. And it's up here. Yeah, I did not get Norwegian language from that. I didn't see any unique characters to Norway, but if you got that, well done, because that was a very difficult round. Very few clues as to the location there. Okay, next round. Hola, hola. Seems Spanish. Do we have any flags or any giveaways? We have some postcards. That looks like Barcelona. Los Clásicos or Grecia y Roma. That is Spanish with the Y. Can't read that, but it does look like it begins with a B and ends in an A, so I would say Barcelona again. We've got a tree-lined street. Not something I'm super familiar with, but I think we could probably get close enough. It's going to be in the town, in the city. More than likely this area. One of these streets maybe, or I don't know what streets are more shopping streets in this area. Let's look for a tree-lined street. Maybe this one here makes more sense. Yeah, we'll go this street here. It's a long street though, so it could be anywhere on there. Let's have a look at the year. Sweaters and jeans with boots. Makes me feel 90s-ish, maybe late 90s. Denim jackets, double denim, also tends to be quite 90s. Yeah, I think we'll go in the 90s here. Probably, let's go 96 for this one. It's 97, correct street as well, but just a bit further down. I don't know if I could have found this exact place, but I don't think we have any names of buildings that I could recognize here. Nah. Okay, good score though. Okay, we have some kind of library. Or study hall of some kind. Quite old looking. Everyone's got the same desktop. Oh, it's just a screensaver probably, is it? What language? Can we see a language? So it says no phones, but can't actually read what it says. It's an interesting picture on the wall. Seems quite Soviet, communist anyway. Is that Lenin? I'm not sure. But the rocket motif, the red flag. Although I'm not seeing a hammer and sickle anywhere. But it seems kind of that style. That leaves us open to a number of countries though. Just want to see if we've got Cyrillic, or it doesn't look Cyrillic, although I can't really read it. Oh, we do have some Cyrillic, so we are maybe in Russia. This is definitely Cyrillic. Soba, is that an A? Or yeah, Sobayao, Sobayao, yeah, Dante, Sobayandante. Doesn't really help me. We have some statues on the wall. Is that Stalin? I'm not sure if it is. It's got a big mustache like Stalin. It's possible. I'm thinking, given the big style of the building, it could definitely be in Russia, possibly St. Petersburg, possibly in Moscow. Maybe a university of some kind, I would think. Which, though, is hard to say. It could also be like Bulgaria, it could be Ukraine, it could be Belarus. It's very hard to say. I think I'll go Moscow, though. I don't know where their universities are in Moscow. Looks like an academic place. I don't think I'm going to get very close to it. Oh, there's a university here, so we'll go there. The year. Do we see anyone with phones out? Yes, we do. Not too old, that phone. See what version of Windows they're using. Looks like Windows 10. Although most places will still be using Windows 10 because Windows 11 isn't great. Looking at this, is this a MacBook? No, I don't think it is a MacBook. Sometimes I can date them off the MacBooks. Slightly older laptop here. So maybe 2016 to 2018 maybe. Let's look at this phone again. It's a reasonable size, maybe 2018. It could be even more modern. But we'll go 2018. Let's hope we're in Russia. I don't know. Let's go for it. It's 2019, and yes, we were in Moscow. People working in the Russian State Library in central Moscow. Makes sense. So it wasn't a university, but it was a library. So my first instinct was right. The Rozlyskaya Kusora something Biblioteka. Yeah, I could have looked for library. I didn't think about that. Okay, next round. Okay, we have British flags here. Laying foundation stones. This is a British flag with a blacked out part. It's interesting. Are we in a colony here? What do we have down at the front? Oh, Auckland. So are we in Auckland here then? For reliable plumbing, HM Keysing something hot water S Auckland, South Auckland. Auckland would make sense. Are we on a river? What is this? Is it a bridge? No, I think it's just the foundation of a building. Two similar building, like towers going up. There's no other clues written in the corner. Sometimes I need to check that. 1871 B. No, it's not 1800s. So, although it is quite old. So I'm thinking then we're going to have to go in Auckland. Obviously pre-independence Auckland. South Auckland. Probably be classed as this area. Probably downtown given the size of the buildings. In this area somewhere. Do we see... We do see just straight trees in the background. So we could be near like this park here maybe. So I think a lot of the parks tend to be on a hill. Or we could be more out here. So I'd say we're somewhere in this vicinity. Looking out this way. And this hasn't been built up yet. That'll be my only guess really. Is that a train? Underneath them? I'm not sure if it is. It looks like the shape of a train, possibly. Is there a train station nearby? Where's the train station? In Auckland. There doesn't seem to be a train station in central Auckland. Nah, I think we'll leave it where it is. Now let's look at the year. This does look pretty old. Obviously got no vehicles to go off either. Guys are wearing top hats here. Usually, and a lot of bowler hats. It's usually fairly old style. A lot of flat caps too. No obvious clues as to the year. I think we're going to be down... Could we be this old? Possibly. 1909, does that sound okay? I think it does. It's going to be hard to say. It could be 10 years either side of this, I think. But we'll go 1909 here. 1910, yes. And we were very close. Okay, the foundation stone for Auckland's General Post Office being laid. The building today serves as Britomart train station. So there is a train station. It's just not clearly marked on the map here. There's no train tracks running in. Yeah, well, at least we were only 200 meters away, or 280 meters away, so it's a good score. Last round. Okay, we have Jay-Z and Beyonce. It's going to be fairly recent. Looks like Cuban architecture, possibly. He is smoking a big cigar. Although, this girl could definitely be Cuban. Not seeing any flags. The architecture just initially struck me as Cuba, but it could quite easily be Spain here, and I could be screwed. I think I'm going to have to go off my initial guess here. Say Havana. Let's go here. When did American tourism open up to Cuba? Not sure if it is still fully open, but if I could just see a classic Cuban car, then it would make it a lot easier. If this is Spain, I'm going to kick myself and lose a lot of points here. Must be fairly recent. I can't see any phones, unfortunately. I haven't seen pictures of Jay-Z recently to know whether he still looks like this or whether this is a few years old. Fashion looks pretty modern though, so it could quite easily be this year. Let's say 2022. I don't know, it could be 10 years prior to that, but we'll go for it and just hope, pray to God that it's Havana. Let's go for it. Oh yes, it was Havana, but it was 2013. Wow, it was an older picture, so maybe they don't look this young anymore. Damn, I didn't think enough on the date there. I think Beyonce does look younger in this picture. Okay, Beyonce and Jay-Z walking through Havana, Cuba during their 5th wedding anniversary. So yeah, quite a while ago. We lost a few points there, 2,500. Explains why there's not so many phones, I think, these days. But Cuba, I don't know what their access to phones is like that much. Okay. Final score, not bad, 45,137. Let's have a quick look at the breakdown. The first round and the last round is where I lost points there. First round, this lake in Norway. Unless you recognize that language as Norwegian, I have no idea how you would have guessed that as Norway. With the German number plate, obviously Germans will travel all over Europe and drive all over Europe, but recognizing in Norway, the landscape didn't even feel that Norwegian. It felt a bit drier than that for me, so I was thinking this region regardless. Okay, the next one, Barcelona. We had plenty of clues to say it was Barcelona there. Postcards of the cathedral, the Sagrada Familia. Also, I think one of them did say Barcelona, although it wasn't too readable. The next one, the library in Russia. I'm glad I saw the Cyrillic, because at first I wasn't thinking Russia. I thought maybe it might not be. Some of the signs that I couldn't read didn't look super Cyrillic, but eventually I found one that did. And Moscow is really the only guess you can go for when it's unlocatable in Russia, unless you're familiar with that library. Next one, Auckland, very close, and only 1 year off. That was a solid guess for sure. That amount of bowler hats I tend to find is earlier. You don't get that many, and top hats particularly. After the 1910s, you tend not to see many of them. Not the top hats anyway. The bowler hats still follow through for another 10, 15 years after that. And the flat caps amongst the workers, who you could see on the frames of the buildings, flat caps are extremely common. And then the last round, got the location in Cuba, but 9 years off. I should have gone pre-COVID just to be a bit safer there, because I did think they look a bit younger. But never mind. Okay, let's have a look at the leaderboard. I'm sure someone will have beaten me on that one today. I think Relander probably has. Let's see. Yes, Relander beat me by 1,000 points, so not terrible. Very nice score for you, 46,045. Panda, 38,000, unlucky. Big Bug, 32,000, unlucky there. Anyone else? Oh, that's just the Timeguessr admin. Yeah, but a pretty good spread of scores there. Okay, I'll see you again tomorrow. Hopefully we can do better than that. Bye.